lights are on. I came in here to do my thing. You know what? Let me just take other people's shit off my back. I'll be back. Guys, I'm back. I had to get some of that crap off of my back, and that's kind of what today's video is going to be about. It's an interesting new world that we are going to find ourselves existing in post corona, post Trump, post post strife in ways that a lot of this country hasn't experienced, except for the people who I think are going to rise to the top, because the cream always does. Um, this demographic of people have learned how to make the most out of, you know, not being recognized or not being seen or not being acknowledged. And so I think it is this demographic's time to unburden themselves. So I think if you know me personally, you kind of know what I'm about to say. I think we're about to walk into the era of the black woman, of the productive, strong, positive black woman. Um, and I think the world needs to rapidly be okay with that because, are for the better overall picture. I don't think a lot of people have given us the space to make those decisions in our lives, in our small boxes that we've been put into. Thus, it leads to a lot of people not understanding or receiving well the nuanced beauty that is a driven black woman, whatever her drive is in. Like, we don't acknowledge that. This is about to be an interesting time that we're moving into, and I just don't know. If you have worked yourself out of being the black girl X and you are X who happens to be black, then you created a resiliency within you that a lot of people need right now that they just don't have. And it's interesting to see. It's like a changing of the guards or the tides. It is interesting to see who are used to accomplishing goals or um, getting their way in a particular way, not having the tools to survive what is. And it's an interesting space to exist in. The beauty of it is, though, I'm seeing these black women that I'm coming across, the ones that I'm engaging with, seem to be handling this change of the guards very gracefully. They are not beating the I told you so drum. They're not being very violent or overly demonstrative of how right they were, right? They're just, as a little black girl, it has always intrigued me how I live in two, maybe three different worlds at the same time, living in America and then living in close to poverty or, not making it in America. Just all of those intersects and how they impacted how I move and navigate through this space that we call life. So I'm unburdening myself. I really, really am. I am giving myself the permission to not be bogged down and burdened by other people's problems. They always get you in a tizzy, right? Because sometimes it's easy for you. I'm I'm tired of everybody putting their problems in my bag because my bag looks like it's big enough to carry their shit too. It's not. It's just a really nice bag. I can't always, nor do I want to have to always support your shit and my shit. I don't always want to have to make space for your things, especially because it seems like when a black woman does have the solution or have a plan or have a way of getting to the chick, it's questioned or it's not embraced or it can't be that simple. And it always makes you question, are you questioning the source or are you questioning the path? I'll argue you're questioning the source because you didn't even start along the path. 9 times out of 10, when a black woman is empowering or bettering herself, everybody within her arm's reach, everyone within her sphere of influence reaps the benefits of her being a. Now, the caveat on anything human requires that human being to be healthy, wholesome, and willing to it up front. I can't change. 2021 for me has to be a space where if it's not free flowing, then I gotta let it go. Because there's a lot of things that I gotta work on. So I shouldn't be fighting for people to just recognize or accept or embrace the future. It's my Achilles heel. Realize that you've been moving at the pace that you have because you keep packing your bag full of everybody else's shit. That you don't have the tools to solve the things that you have brought upon yourself or that have been placed at your feet. So because you can't solve them, you just carry them around on your back. And every piece of load that you put on your back, you forget where you were going for you. And then, interesting fun fact, right? In a process of taking care of everybody else and losing myself, my light got dimmed. My fire got put out or doused. Fire is one of these energies where you don't see that you've been pulling away from it until it's gone, until it's out. Let me listen to this friend's problems because, if I can talk them through it, walk them through it, be there, then on the other end of it, they'll be my friend forever. That's not how life works. That's not how taking care of yourself works. Today was a day where I realized that I can't desire something hard enough for anybody. I can't love something enough for anybody. Like, I can't do it for anyone because you can't do it for me. No one can do it for the next person. I gotta do it for ourselves first. Then the people will fall in place that will enhance it for you. Otherwise, you're just going to keep letting little wicks pull away from your flame. And for what? My light has been dimmed by a lot of the shit that I keep putting in my bag that ain't mine. That's a self-reflexive thing that I need to work on. But I know I need to get on a good foot sooner rather than later because I feel like a black woman renaissance is coming. And I want to be a big part of it. After all that we have endured over the last 4 years and seeing all of the things that have been happening thus far, there seems to be a changing of the guards that puts black women in that space where they will be leading. They will be in the forefront. They will be taking care of themselves first and inadvertently giving the world everything that it needs and didn't even know it.
And as always, guys, I leave you with a lot of light because there are brighter days ahead of us. That's just it. I leave you guys with a lot of light because I think life is going to get better. I know definitely for me. I know definitely I've been moving in a positive direction, and so I'm holding on to this spirit. And last, but certainly not least, I leave you guys with a lot of love. Because the love that you give to me, I give back to you a million times over.
Again, I'm biased because of the skin that I'm in. I respect that. I appreciate that fact.
I need way better friends.